There are 7 levels of YouTube automation channels, and if you do not know about them, you're probably leaving a lot of money on the table. So in this video, I'm going to show you examples of channels in each level that you can make, how difficult they are to start, how much they cost to start, and what time, effort, and experience you would need to start each one of them. And this is very important, especially to beginners, because every style of video channel and format comes with a specific time and money investment. And if you get started in the wrong niche doing this, you might never find success with YouTube automation while spending a lot of time and money. So by the end of this video, you know all the types of levels there are for making channels, and then also which one fits your current situation best. Now guys, I know all about this. My name is cashflow and I've been doing YouTube automation for the past 4 years, and I have also helped hundreds of people make over $3,000 a month with YouTube automation through my programs. In my channel Testimonials, you can see 6+ examples of people who made anywhere between $3,000 to $15,000 a month from YouTube automation following my 5M system. Now, as a free gift, before we dive into the fun stuff, if you comment challenge under this video, I will send you the link to my Faceless Tuber School free 5-day challenge. This is a 5+ hour course on how to start making YouTube automation channels with AI, and what niches to pick, and basically how to do everything. So if you want free access to that, comment challenge. And now let's dive into the 7 levels of channels. Now, level number 1 is AI slop slideshow channels. So these channels, like one I have pulled up here, are usually stuff like meditation, affirmations, Bible quotes, and relatively easy stuff like this to make. Now, this channel, for example, does peaceful sound meditation. So they just create super long AI-generated meditation music, and then sometimes they use an AI voiceover to do the meditation, like voice narration, where you have to breathe in and breathe out, or what to visualize during your meditation, for example. These channels can be hard to monetize in that YouTube can demonetize them for reuse content or not being unique enough. Having said that, for beginners, it's fairly simple to make channels like this because you can easily make a script with ChatGPT, voiceover with 11 Labs, and then use AI-generated images or B-roll slideshows to make your full videos. So for beginners, a channel like this is relatively easy to start because it's very cheap and quick to make, and you don't need to download any videos. But it's very competitive. The RPM can be pretty low. There's a lot of competition on channels like this, and there's a risk of not getting monetized. So level 1 is, I feel like these are very old school channels with the meditation and rain sounds that people used to love in the past, but it's sort of outdated, and doing it nowadays doesn't really work anymore. Now, very quick, as you can see, I opened one of the videos here, and see, it's just different images of a Buddha sitting, and then it's just the music in the background. It's not even AI voice narrated, and YouTube just doesn't like this stuff anymore, and the chances of you getting demonetized are very high with channels like this, and that is why it's level 1. It's fairly simple to get started with, and I would recommend beginners to start with AI slop channels, because you just need to get the reps in when you're starting out, right? You just want something that you can create quickly and fairly easily, that doesn't cost too much time and money, so you can understand how it is to make channels and start niches and formats, basically. Now, level 2 is classic top 10 YouTube automation channels, and honestly, this is the bread and butter of YouTube automations. This is how YouTube automation originally started, and what everyone was always doing is just simple top 10 listicles. And these tend to do very well. They still do very well, and I think they will always be doing well because people just like easy to digest top 10 style videos. And I have one channel pulled up here, which is a very big and famous channel in this space, has been around for a very long time, but they do a great job at just sticking to their top 10 niche, and they kind of do a little bit of everything. I wouldn't recommend doing this. I would recommend you to find one niche with one format to test in with top 10 even videos. But this channel, as you can see, they do top 10 concerning things captured on camera, top 10 dark last voicemails, top 10 anomalies. So it's just random listicle videos about anything that you can really think of. Now, these require a bit more effort compared to the level 1 channels. You can still do these probably with ChatGPT and an AI voiceovers, but you will probably need some real life footage and clips in there. And I would suggest you to get a video editor to put these videos together. But still, they're fairly simple to make. They're a great starting ground for beginners in YouTube automation. And honestly, a lot of my bigger channels still handle a top 10 or top 12 or top 15 style, because in terms of writing and voice acting, it's just very easy and quick to make, and it's very digestible. It doesn't have to be one long coherent story, because like the top 10, like it can all be like, they don't have to be one flowing story. You can like start a little story in each new one. So it's fairly simple to come up with the whole script and still get high retention without too much effort. Now, level 3 is super long fall asleep to niches. So these have really been on the rise the last 3-4 months. And in this one particular, people started doing this with history channels. And the cool thing about these is that you don't need a lot of views to earn a lot of money from. The nature of these channels is in their length, being like 2 to 3 hours usually. And because of this, the RPM, the money you can earn per 1,000 views, is often like $30 or even $40. So if you make 1,000 views from a channel, you will earn $30. And in a lot of cases, that already covers the video editing. So you don't need a lot of views for these channels to be very profitable. And they are extremely simple, almost as simple as level 1 to make, because you can just make AI chat GPT scripts, AI narration, and then do image AI slideshows every 10 to 20 seconds or even longer to make your whole video, and you just add some effects to it. The beauty about these niches is that people watch them in the background and don't actively look at them. They just want something like to hear while they are in bed listening to something and falling asleep to, obviously, hence the name. But YouTube doesn't care how people watch videos. They only care about how long people have their videos on so they can show ads to them. So it's easy to make with AI, very simple, extremely high profit margins and leverage on your RPM. So this, again, are extremely smart and good niches for beginners to get started in. Also, because there's so many niches and subtopics that you can do this for. So a lot of this is about like broad history. You can niche down in history. I saw a lot of channels like this doing stuff like biology, science, mathematics, historical stories, and a lot more like stuff about space. So there's a lot of sub formats and niches that you can get into. Look at whatever you are interested in, and then you can start making these channels too. Now we have reached level 4. We are over halfway, and right now we are really turning up the quality engine, but also the risk engine a little bit. Especially for this particular one, level 4 is the faceless drama and news recaps. And I would not recommend beginners to get into this market. Even like experienced people struggle with these markets a bit. Not that they are not profitable. They are extremely profitable and extremely viral, especially when you talk about politics. But they have a very high chance of getting terminated. So you want to be careful with this in a certain way. Now, I say politics in specific, but you can also do like news drama about celebrities or TV shows or whatever. But just when you go in the political side, be very careful, because YouTube can shut you down very easily. But the thing with this is, because so many people are involved in politics and how countries are doing, and your main market of viewers is always US and English-speaking people, these channels just tend to go very viral because there's so much debate on what is right or wrong, what the things that are happening in the world. And people are actively looking for this every single day and listening to this. So as you can see, this channel is getting insane high amount of views. These channels are very well known for, as you can see here, posting like 4 to 8 videos every single day on YouTube, and sort of like even getting profitable. If one video takes off to like 200, 300, 400,000 views, you already get profitable and you make up all your money, right? So these markets are extremely competitive, but can be extremely profitable. Now, I would only recommend you to get into, especially politics. If it's celebrity drama, maybe you can do it in a good sub market. But you can only get into this market if you have a lot of cash upfront and cash flow, so that you can invest in teams to make these videos without seeing direct returns. These are very high risk markets that also can get deleted very quickly. So again, pretty tricky market to get it into, but it can be extremely difficult if you know how to play the game right. Now, channel level 5 is crime and mystery retellings or unsolved crime cases. People love watching these crime documentary and crime cases on YouTube, and they also love watching like videos where convicts or people that did something wrong get sentenced to prison, or what their sentence is and what their punishment will be, or just the stories behind like killings and murders and stuff like this. People love watching this stuff. Now, these you have to look at real life stories and write really strong storytelling scripts about the things that happened and then also make proper voiceovers. If you go to the video editing part, this is where it gets really interesting and harder, because you need to find all the real life material of the people involved and show that in the video. I'm hovering a video right here, as you can see, and they really use like Instagram stories from the people involved and like news cases and all that stuff. So you need very strong script writing, storytelling, and video editing to make channels like this. But people absolutely love watching these videos. They are very evergreen, especially if it's like the story format. Of course, there is some competition involved, but when people watch YouTube, they love like dark and juicy stuff in general. So you can think about that making these channels. Crime and horror story is an age-old like niche that tends to do very well if you do it right. Now we have arrived to level 6, and these are in-depth, high-quality documentary channels. These kind about business and finance, but also a lot of sports channels do this, like the one I have pulled up right here. And these are just extremely evergreen and extremely high-quality production videos, which can cost like between $500 and even $5,000 per video to make. These are extremely well researched scripts that go really in-depth, in this case, into specific NBA stars from start to finish. They are very well narrated with very good sound effects and VFX effects. And then also they are extremely well edited by very high quality editors that are very expensive. So for these, it's like 30-minute long, 40-minute long documentaries, which have extremely good storytelling that really is like almost like a Netflix style documentary, where you just get hooked on the story, the sound, and just the editing of these videos. They are super hard to make because you need so many real life clips of these players. So yeah, I love to make documentary style channels like this, but you will need a lot of research and high quality scripts and editing to make channels like this that actually do well. And the beauty about this is the people that make these faceless channels, they can just share them online because no one can compete with them, as the production quality of these types of channels is so high that no one can copy it anyways once they are in the market. They post like once a week, one super high production value video. They just have 32 videos up, but they're making over 1 million views every single month with super high RPM channels. So these are very branded, very high production quality videos. Now, of course, you can start documentary channels on a lower scale with less scripting and less editing and less quality, but it will be harder and take longer for your channel to take off. Now we have arrived to level 7, guys, and these are full on Netflix level documentary style videos. These are extremely high production, well done videos in specific niche markets to build a loyal fan base that sells for very high multiples once you want to do so. They can garner millions of views like you can see here. And by the nature of these titles, they are extremely evergreen and have cult-like followings in specific sports like we saw in level 6 and on this level too. They are extremely emotionally charged and have cinematic storytelling. They have people who ideate these videos, super high level script writers that know how to hook in an audience to make them stay, and then also extremely professional video editors who get real life high quality footage to put in the videos and make it like cinematic storytelling style where you just can't click off the videos. These are extremely branded and hard to copy and spend a lot of money on their image and on their name, on their scripts and on their video editors. And because of that, they're very hard to mimic or to copy. Now, of course, these are very expensive to make, so it will be hard to penetrate a market like this, but you can also do stuff like this, but on a lower and less expensive scale too. So guys, these were the 7 levels of YouTube automation niches and channels that you can get started in. If you're watching this and you are a beginner to YouTube automation, I would recommend you to start in the first 3 or even 4 levels where you use AI to make your content and where it doesn't take too much time and money to make your videos basically. When you're a beginner, the most important thing you want to do is test a lot of niches, Put in the reps, take action, and get videos out there. You probably don't have too much money to invest in a team, so you don't want to spend hundreds of dollars on making your videos when the return is not guaranteed yet. So my advice for beginners is start with AI slop or AI generated channels that are still valuable to your audience and are in a specific niche market. Now, if you have any last questions about these 7 levels of YouTube automation channels, please drop them in the comments. I will happily answer you and make new videos to answer your questions too. And if you are ready to start building your YouTube automation channel, but you're not sure how to actually get a team and build a channel, I would recommend you to click the link in the description and join my Faceless Tuber School, where we use the 5M method to start and scale YouTube automation channels. It's just $50 a month. You can quit anytime, no strings attached. And on the yearly plan, you get 40% off and 3 free one-on-one coaching calls with me, where I guide you to which niche to take, how to hire a team, and how to set up your channel to reach success within 3 months. Now, of course, in here you get access to the community members, people posting, asking questions, and helping each other out, and successful other clients like Michael and Jeremy here, who both have done over $15,000 a month from YouTube automation in this program. Now, of course, the most important thing here is the 5M system, which is an in-depth course training with plug-and-play sheets where I walk you from 0 to 100 with the basic mindset shifts you need to make, and then how to build a YouTube automation business, how to pick a niche, how to hire a team, how to automate it, and how to make high quality videos, right? So if you got inspiration from these niches that I posted here and the levels of YouTube automation, but you're not sure how to actually start it, join the Faceless Tuber School with the link in the description, and I hope to see you inside. Now, if you understand how the 7 levels of YouTube automation work, but you need a little bit more inspiration on what niches you can start on each level, then click the video and screen right now, because I cover 5 of the best niches you can start before the end of the year to make over $3,000 a month with YouTube automation. Click the link and screen now, and I hope to see you in the next one.